My name has been mentioned as Kevin Geringer. I'm the president of the Humboldt Broncos Hockey Club. On behalf of the entire Broncos family, our deepest sympathies go out to the injured and the deceased, and of course all their loved ones. We are heartbroken and completely devastated by the tragedy that occurred yesterday. Our eternal gratitude goes out to the Humboldt and Nipawin fire departments and paramedics, the RCMP emergency services crews, and witnesses for their selfless acts of bravery while trying to help those in need, our Humboldt Broncos. Our organization is working closely with the City of Humboldt's Emergency Operations Center to handle the immediate needs related to this crisis. While we try and move forward as an organization and community, we will never forget April 6th, 2018. And we will never forget the members of our Broncos family who were taken from us and who were injured. And while we are stunned and grieving over this incomprehensible situation, we know that this is a moment when we must come together to support, to comfort, and to lean on one another. We will persevere, and we will honor the souls that were lost. The Humboldt Broncos family are doing everything in our power to support the victims and their families through the aftermath of this tragedy. Our immediate priority as an organization remains on meeting every need of our athletes, families, and billet families. Everything about this tragedy is unprecedented, and it's overwhelming, including the torrential outpouring of support our organization has received. We are so thankful for the City of Humboldt and its residents, and the province of Saskatchewan and its residents, and the entire country of Canada for keeping us in their thoughts, prayers, and hearts. While we are unsure what exactly the coming days will bring, we will make every effort to update our Facebook page and social media channels to keep you, our fans, and our citizens informed. Just in closing, I want to remind folks of the local crisis number, 306-320-7961, and if need be, because I know that crisis number is of course being used quite extensively. You can also come to the Uniplex where we have supports in place here. We're very grateful for the work that our services and our organization have worked together with the city and health and everyone else to support everyone in the Humboldt Broncos family, which is all of us. Thank you. Take any questions?
We'll take questions afterwards, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, as I know, we'll take questions at the end of the sessions after all four speakers have been up. Next, if we could have Gil Chow, President of the SJHL.
Good afternoon, everybody. I don't have a lot to say other than the worst nightmare has happened. As a league, we will support the Humboldt Broncos every way possible. The rest of the league is doing whatever we decide that we will decide to do moving forward. I know there'll be lots of questions regarding hockey and everything else after, and that's really why I'm here. So, our condolences to everybody involved, our condolences to the families, our condolences to the injured.
Thank you for those words, Bill. Next, Rob Minch, Mayor of the City of Humboldt.
This is truly a dark moment for our city and our community and our province. You know, we're a small town, and we're overwhelmed with the outpouring of condolences that we've received from the province, from beyond our borders in the province, and internationally. I just got off the phone with the Prime Minister. He sent his condolences to our city, to the Broncos, to the families, and he also passed along condolences from a number of world leaders that have phoned him as well, including the President of the United States. This tragedy has hit a number of people, not just us, but I think everybody can relate to this experience. You know, throughout Canada, we see teams going out into the Canadian winters on buses all the time, and you know, it's always a thought in parents and families' minds about what could happen, and unfortunately has happened in Humboldt. So there is no playbook on what to do in cases like this, and we're asking for everyone's support and consideration in the coming days and weeks and months and years that it's going to take us to get through this. But we will get through it, and we will have support from the province and the federal government, and from the city of Humboldt, and from the Bronco organization. So I'm asking everyone here to stick together, to support each other, to do what you can to anyone that you know that is hurting in this time of grief. And don't be scared to reach out. And if you are experiencing issues, that we have counselors on site here at the Uniplex, and we will have throughout the next while. So I've been reassured by the province that they will support us in this as well. So I thank them for that. Lastly, I would like to thank the citizens of Mifflin and their first responders. The first call I got yesterday was from the mayor of Mifflin, who offered condolences and their support for Humboldt. So I think they experienced a tragedy out on that highway yesterday with their first responders that is going to be hard to erase from a lot of people's memories. So I thank them for what they've done for us and our community. So in closing, I ask you again to support each other and to come together as a community so that we can get through this together. And may God bless everybody.
Thank you, Mayor Minch. And before I go to the RCMP, I just wanted to follow up on our mayor's comments of crisis support. You know, I can't say enough about the workers that have been present here over the last 15 hours or something like that since we first heard the news. We've got local volunteers that are providing crisis support, as well as some staff out at Saskatoon. And certainly here at the Uniplex here in Humboldt, we're going to keep the doors open for people to come down here and get that support as much as they want. If you're in a jurisdiction that's a little further away from Humboldt, we certainly encourage you to call the local crisis support in your area, because certainly we know that this affects a broad range of people, not only around Humboldt, but across our province and in fact internationally. So be sure to call the support lines that are most readily available to you if you do need some support. And with that, Curtis Zablocki, Assistant Commissioner, Saskatchewan RCMP.
profound sadness and heavy hearts that we come together this afternoon. Our thoughts and prayers are with everyone impacted by this terrible event, family of the injured and deceased, friends, the communities of Humboldt and Nipawin, and the Humboldt Broncos organization. The hockey community has strong roots in our province, and the sudden loss of so many lives will be felt not only in Saskatchewan, but across this country. It's difficult to put into words the sorrow that one feels in a situation like this. Yesterday, at approximately 5 p.m., the Nipawin RCMP responded to a collision between the Humboldt Broncos bus and the tractor-trailer unit. Initial investigation has determined the tractor-trailer unit was traveling westbound on Highway 335 and the bus traveling northbound on Highway 35. There were 29 people on the bus at the time of the collision. 14 people died as a result of this collision. 15 others were sent to hospital with a variety of injuries. Some of the injuries are deemed to be critical in nature. The injured passengers were transported to hospitals in Saskatoon, where they are now with their families. The driver and lone occupant of the tractor-trailer unit was not injured in the collision. We continue to investigate this collision and have deployed the appropriate resources and specialized investigators, including a collision and constructionist team. Our investigators will be looking into all aspects of this collision to determine exactly what took place. This is a very involved investigation, and due to the large amount of evidence, information, and the number of victims, this work will take some time. It's too early to comment on the cause of the collision, and we will continue to provide updates as this investigation progresses. Finally, I want to recognize the efforts of the employees of the RCMP, other emergency responders, victim services workers, medical professionals, community leaders, and community members who responded to this event and continue to provide assistance.